lungs of the world. But in my view, our forests and national wonders are the heart and soul of the world. They unite us. They inspire us. They make us proud of our countries and heritage. A bridge to the past and to our future. A birthright we pass down from generation to generation. The Amazon rainforest was built up over 50 million years. 50 million years. History is literally watching us now. So let's preserve this secret place for our time and forever, for the benefit of all humanity. Thank you very, very much.
Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Give me a follow on X at Green_Jericho. Like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And Green's House. Joe of the jungle. As forgetful as I can be. Hey, you said there'd be children behind this tree. Oh. What happened? Where did he go? Where was he going? Is he still walking? Don't know what happened there, but I'm back. Maybe I went to follow Joe and see where he went. Where was he going? He just said, fuck it, I'm done. He'd be walking to the bush. And that lackluster speech that he was giving, rainforest, 50 million years, and it's our lungs. Joe's done. He's checked out. He has one foot in the nursing home. That was sad. That lacked energy. His glasses were cocked to the side. Joe don't give a fuck. He's more happy that Trump is taking over than we are. Finally, he can rest. He can live out the twilight of his life in peace. Dr. Jill can hold his legs up and change his diaper, and he can just eat pudding, feed ducks, and smell the hair of children for the rest of his life. That was sad, but that wasn't new. We've seen that before. We've seen Sloppy Joe get done speaking and then just, I don't know, walk off the side of the stage, maybe shake the hand of a ghost, maybe trip over a sandbag or two. I'm so glad that we're seeing the end of this. I'm so glad that these are some of the final images that we're going to see of Sloppy Joe doing what Sloppy Joe do. Which is, I don't know. He don't know. It's like Groundhog Day for him every day. Every day they got to tell him, Sloppy Joe, you live at the White House. You're the leader of the free world. What? What's that? What world? Free? It's free? I don't have to pay for it? No. That's not what it means. It's not the free world like we're going to give it to you, but we have freedom in America. We're a free country. What? There's stuff free in this country? How much do the kids cost? Never mind, man. Never mind. Put a suit on him. Walk him outside. That shit was classic Sloppy Joe. Now, again, all bullshit aside, this man had 3 aneurysms and an embolism. Twice, they pulled the top of his head off and exposed his brain to the open air. That's going to leave a mark, right? That's going to change you a little bit. You remember that scene in, was it Hannibal? I think it was the sequel to Silence of the Lambs, or maybe it was a prequel. I don't know where it fell in, but it came out like 2001. Ray Liotta was in it. R.I.P. Ray Liotta. And Ray Liotta was in there, and he's sitting down at this dining room table, and Hannibal Lecter cuts the top of his head off. And he takes the top of his head off, and Ray Liotta's still talking and everything. And then Hannibal like roots around in there and takes out a certain part of his brain and puts it on the skillet. And after he takes out that part of his brain, Ray Liotta's like, yeah, so I went down to like, and he's like drooling and shit on himself. So when they take the top of your dome off and they start playing with your brain, something's going to change. Something's going to be different. You've seen Sloppy Joe 10, 15 years ago. It'd be like, I just might vote for that cat. He's clear, concise, can work the crowd, can remember a speech, doesn't need a life-size jitterbug. What do they call those? The teleprompter. His is more like a projector. His is more like one of those screens you used to go to at the drive-in when you ended up not even watching the whole movie because you went with your girl. And you know what happens at the drive-in when you go with your girl. Reminds me of a story. I'm trying to tell you a story. I think I've told this before. But if you're new, here you go. So the first time my wife and I went to a drive-in, we weren't married yet. We had been dating for a little while. And we go to this drive-in, and it was a flea market during the day and then a drive-in at night. So it had all these speed bumps like this, so you couldn't drive too fast through there because, you know, people would be walking to the concession stand and shit like that. So we get a good spot. We start going forward toward the screen, going like this up and down the little speed bumps. And when I come down one, my headlights, boom, shine right into this car. The guy's facing us, and you just see legs up in the air like this, and he's getting it. I'm like fumbling for the lights. I don't want to, hey, my bad, man. I don't want to mess up your stroke. But what was cool about it was he didn't even stop. He didn't care that the lights were on. Getting it. But anyway, I always think of that when I think of the movie theater. He never stopped. He like crouched down a little bit, but he was still. But that's the size of the screen, the size of the teleprompter that Sloppy Joe needs because he's Sloppy Joe. That's why I call him that. Look at this shit. Look at that shirt. Where'd they get that shirt from? Did they get that from the Gordon Gartrell collection? What is that? If you know who Gordon Gartrell is, you're a child of the 80s. That shirt, the glasses, like they just woke him up and shoved him out in front of that sad ass. You can't even call that a podium. What was that? A lectern or something? That was not a podium. That was like 3/4 of a podium. Sloppy Joe don't give a shit, and they don't give a shit either. Yeah, the rainforest and the birds. Yeah, he didn't even give a shit. Go. That's why I said yesterday during my live stream, can we just expedite this? Just get him out of there. I'm sure he wants to go. I'm sure Kamala wants to go too. I think Kamala was relieved that she didn't get elected because she knew she wasn't prepared. They'd load up the tape in her back, Teddy Ruxpin style. She'd go out there, say what they told her to say, and then go home. She didn't want this. I don't believe for 1 second that she wanted it because she never acted like it. She just said what they told her to say, not very well. Word salad, bullshit. I was raised in a middle-class family, blah, blah, blah. She was relieved that she didn't win. Now she can go back home with her, whatever she does with Doug, whatever loveless, weird, just for politics marriage that they have. Sloppy Joe is ready to go. His bags are packed by the door. Now, did he pack his bags? Because if he did, it's just going to be a trash bag full of pudding and old baseball cards. But if Nurse Jill packed it, it'd be more like, a couple suitcases, some Samsonite or some shit like that. He's ready to go. Obviously, you can tell by that footage that Sloppy Joe don't give a shit about the next few months. So why wait? Why mess around? Why waste his time and waste our time? Let this be the first president to take over in November instead of waiting for January. Joe of the jungle. I bet there's probably some indigenous tribe who doesn't have the internet, but even they know, no, we don't want no damn Sloppy Joe or whatever the fuck they say with the bones in their nose and the gauged ears and the blow darts. Even they know about Sloppy Joe and they don't want his ass. Oh, that was sad. He turned around and walked into the bush. Oh, classic Sloppy Joe. The aliens came down from space and said, "Show me one video that encapsulates your leader." Show them that one. They're like, "Oh shit, this planet's going to be easy to take over." He said, no questions, no nothing. He just turned around and said, "Fuck it." Meet me in the comments. What do you think? Did you enjoy? Are you enjoying these last images of the classic vintage Sloppy Joe? But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I'm out.